turn on your kitchen faucet right now. Go ahead, I'll wait. See that water flowing out? That's not just H2O. That's civilization itself, and it's more fragile than you think. In 72 hours without water flowing through your city's pipes, your neighborhood will be unrecognizable. Your neighbors will be unrecognizable. And you might not recognize yourself either. Let me show you exactly how your city dies when the water stops. Hour 1. Nobody panics yet. Why would they? Water outages happen. Broken mains, system maintenance, temporary inconvenience. People check their phones, call the water department, maybe fill a pot from their hot water heater. Life continues normally, because everyone assumes this is temporary. But in the system control room downtown, technicians are staring at readings that don't make sense. Pump stations are offline, pressure is dropping across the entire grid. This isn't a broken pipe. This is systematic failure. And they're about to find out what systematic really means. Hour 6. The first wave of realization hits. Store runs begin, but not for water yet. People are buying coffee, soft drinks, anything liquid. The smart ones are filling bathtubs, but most people don't think that far ahead. They're still assuming this gets fixed by dinner time. But restaurants are already closing. You can't cook without water. You can't clean without water. You definitely can't pass health inspections without water. The food service industry, the backbone of urban life, just collapsed in half a day. Hour 12. Panic buying starts, but it's already too late. Every gallon of bottled water within 50 miles gets bought in 2 hours. Gas stations run dry because their supply trucks can't operate without water for cleaning and cooling. People are filling shopping carts with beer and energy drinks, not because they want to party, but because it's the only liquid left on the shelves.
And here's what nobody anticipated. The payment systems start failing. Credit card processing requires servers. Servers require cooling. Cooling requires water. No water means overheated servers, means crashed payment networks. Cash-only economy emerges overnight, but half the population hasn't carried cash in years. Day 2. The toilets stopped working yesterday, but now everyone realizes what that actually means. 8 million people in your city produce about 1,000 tons of human waste every day. Without water to flush it away, that waste is accumulating. In apartments, in office buildings, in schools, in hospitals. People are using plastic bags, buckets, whatever they can find. They're dumping it in alleys, in parks, in storm drains that lead directly to rivers. Your city is becoming a medieval plague zone in real time, and there's no medieval knowledge base to handle it. Hospitals are in crisis mode, not from injuries yet, but from logistics. Dialysis machines need clean water. Surgical suites need sterilization. IV bags require mixing solutions.
Without water, modern medicine reverts to Civil War-era capabilities in 48 hours. Day 3. This is when people start dying, but not how you'd expect. Dehydration takes longer than movies suggest. The first deaths are from sanitation collapse. Cholera, dysentery, typhoid, diseases your great-grandmother knew by name are back, spreading through contaminated everything. But the real killer is fire. Your fire department needs 1,500 gallons per minute to fight a structure fire. No water pressure means no fire suppression. That kitchen fire in the apartment complex, it's not getting put out. It's spreading, building by building, block by block. And with no water for firefighting, people are making desperate choices. They're abandoning burning buildings with all their possessions still inside. Entire neighborhoods are becoming refugee camps of their own residents. Day 5, the social contract breaks down. Not dramatically, quietly. Store owners can't sell food that requires cooking or cleaning. Banks can't operate without functioning bathrooms for employees. Schools close because you can't maintain sanitation standards. Government services collapse because government workers are humans with human needs. They need water at home. Their kids need water. They stop coming to work not because they're selfish, but because their families are dying. This is when you see what your neighbors really are. Some share their remaining water with elderly residents.
Others hoard every drop and defend it with weapons they suddenly remember they own. The same people who borrowed your lawnmower last month are now calculating whether your family's water reserves are worth the risk of taking by force. Week 2, your city is no longer a city. It's a collection of desperate tribes occupying the same geographical space. Water sources become territory. The fountain in the park, the swimming pool at the country club, the ornamental pond at the mall. Armed groups control access because water is now more valuable than gold.
Supply chains are completely broken. Delivery trucks can't operate without fuel, and gas stations can't operate without water for cooling systems. Even if aid arrives from outside, there's no infrastructure to distribute it. Roads are blocked by abandoned cars that ran out of gas. Bridges are controlled by whoever got there first with enough firepower. The wealthy are long gone. Private jets don't need municipal water systems, but everyone else is trapped in an urban hellscape that used to be their home. Week 3, disease takes over. Cholera spreads through contaminated water sources. Typhoid spreads through human waste that's accumulating faster than anyone can manage. Dysentery spreads because people are drinking anything they can find, no matter how dirty. Hospitals are morgues now, not because doctors stopped caring, but because modern medicine requires clean water for literally everything. Surgery, sterilization, medication preparation, basic hygiene. Without water, a hospital becomes more dangerous than staying home. And the smell. Nobody talks about the smell.
8 million people without functioning toilets, garbage pickup, or cleaning capability. The city smells like death because it literally is death. Rotting food, human waste, unwashed bodies, and actual corpses that can't be properly disposed of. Month 1. Population exodus begins, but it's not orderly evacuation. It's desperate flight. Families walking on highways with shopping carts full of possessions. But the surrounding areas don't want refugees from a plague city. Roadblocks go up. Armed checkpoints appear. Your city becomes a quarantine zone with invisible walls. The people who stay aren't the strong ones. They're the ones who can't leave. Elderly, disabled, poor, sick. They're dying in numbers that would have been unimaginable when the taps were still working. Infrastructure starts physically falling apart. No water means no concrete mixing for repairs. Roads develop potholes that become canyons. Buildings with water damage from burst pipes start collapsing.
The physical city is decomposing along with its population. Month 3. Your city is a case study in civilizational collapse. What took 200 years to build took 90 days to destroy. The skyline looks the same from a distance, but up close, it's a monument to how quickly humans can revert to pre-industrial survival mode. Archaeological teams will eventually study your city like they study Pompeii, not because of volcanic ash, but because it's a perfect snapshot of what happens when one fundamental system fails. The water stopped flowing 90 days ago, but it wasn't really about water. Water was just the first domino. When it fell, it took sanitation with it, then medicine, then commerce, then government, then society itself. Here's the part that should terrify you. This isn't science fiction. This is engineering reality. Every city's water system is a complex network of pumps, pipes, treatment facilities, and control systems. All of it dependent on electricity, fuel, chemicals, and human operators showing up for work.
Break any one of those dependencies, and you're not looking at inconvenience. You're looking at civilizational collapse in real time. Right now, turn on that faucet again. That water flowing out represents about 200 years of engineering, billions of dollars of infrastructure, and thousands of people working around the clock to maintain systems you never think about. When the water stops flowing, everything else stops too. The question isn't whether your city could survive without water.